Hello everyone, welcome to our channel, and from today we are going to start the discussion on Indian polity from the book M. Lakshmikant, and here we are going to cover the entire Lakshmikant in the format of a mind map for a polity part. Okay, and here we are going to cover each and every lesson from the Lakshmikant in the form of a mind map so that you can revise it very quickly during the exam. Before starting this lecture, there are few announcements that now we are going to discuss about the full polity part, okay, and later we are going to start the same lecture series for the history section, okay, and here we will cover the entire history section that is important for UPSC as well as other competitive examination, okay. And today's topic that we are going to discuss includes the historical background, which is the first lesson of a book M. Lakshmikant of Indian polity, and here we are going to discuss the Regulatory Act of 1773 and the Pitt's India Act of 1784. So let's begin. Starting with the background, in year 1600 the British came to India for the first time, and they came in the term of a East India Company, and over a period of time they had an exclusive right of trading under the charter guaranteed by a Queen Elizabeth. And later in the year 1765, okay, in the year 1765, when there was a ruler, that is Mughal Emperor Shah Alam, he has guaranteed a Diwani right to the British over the revenue and the civil, okay, and it happened just after the victory of a battle of Buxar, which was happened in the year 1764, and this enhanced the power of a East India Company, and they got an opportunity to enter in the Indian polity, and this helped them to shape or to curve the empire in the Indian territory. Later in the year of 1773, the Regulatory Act came, and in 1784 the Pitt's India Act were formulated, and later there were the four Charter Act which was enacted, okay, between the time span of each act has a time span of nearly 20 year, okay, in the year 1783, 1813, 1833 and 1853. Later in the year, as we know that in year 1857, okay, in the year 1857 there held a mutiny of a Indian army at Barakpur, and thus the rebellion became a war of independence, and it was the first war of independence. This was the first war of independence, and thus it has a main role in the history of our country. And later in 1858 the revolt was so ruthless that it ended the British East India Company rule in India. Along with this, it also ended the Mughal rule in India, and thus the British crown take over the power of India, and hence there was a beginning of a British Raj in India, okay, British Raj has established in India. And over a period of time there was various act which was implemented, that was Indian Council Act, okay, of year 1861, 1892 and 1909, and later the Government of India Act of 1858, 1919, 1935, okay, and 1919 and 1935 Government of India Act is considered to be the most important and significant act in the history of our country, because they had such a provisions which were considered to be the most important provision, okay. And later in year 1927 Simon Commission came to India, and later 1932 communal revolt happened, and finally in year 1947 we got an independence, and Indian Independence Act was enacted. Starting with the first act, that is the Regulatory Act of 1773, okay. This act has a greater constitutional importance because the Regulatory Act of 1773 is the first step taken by the British government to control the affairs of a East India Company. That is, British government control and regulate the affairs of a East India Company, and it was also the first time It recognized the political and administrative function of the company, and also it led to the formation or the foundation of a central administration in India. And this Regulatory Act of 1773 was based on the report headed by the Lord North. And now we are going to see what were the key provision of this act. The key provisions or the key features which includes that the governor of a Bengal, ठीक है, it is a short form, that is GB means governor of a Bengal, and he became he designated as a governor general of a Bengal. Okay, and for assisting him there was a 4-member executive executive council. He was the governor general of Bengal was assisted by the 4-member executive council, and the first governor general was Warren Hastings, and later the governor of Bombay and Madras were subordinate to the governor general of Bengal. And in year 1774 the Supreme Court was established at Kolkata, which comprised of 1 chief justice and 3 other judges. And along with this, it strengthened the control of a British government over the company. Okay, and by the formation of a court of director which will report the matter of a revenue. Okay, here that is revenue, civil and the military affair of India. In this way we learn the features of a Regulatory Act of 1773. There is a shortly I am explaining that Governor General of Bengal will subordinate to the subordinate Bombay and Madras जो presidency थी, he will be subordinate to the governor of Bengal, and he will be the governor general of Bengal will be assisted by the 4 executive member, that is 4-member executive council. ठीक है. The next one is Amendment Act 1781. There were various defects in the Regulatory Act of 1773. So British Parliament passed an Amendment Act of 1781, and this act is also known as a Act of Settlement. Okay, this act is also known as a Act of Settlement. And according to this Amendment Act, it exempt the Governor General from the Supreme Court jurisdiction. Okay, here the Governor General was exempted from the jurisdiction of a Supreme Court, and it also excluded the revenue matter from the jurisdiction of a Supreme Court, and the Governor General has right to frame the regulation for the provisional court and the council. Okay, and this shows that the judicial plan of 1774 the judicial plan was 1774, that it made an amendment in 1781 because it was not a perfect plan. Okay, and it separate the judicially and executive function. Okay, and at that time अदालत only for the civil justice. ठीक है, उसके साथ साथ the provisional council only revenue related matter, that in the provisional council there were only revenue related matter. The next is a Pitt's India Act of 1784. So the Pitt's India Act is a next act, okay, after the Regulatory Act of 1773. Okay, and this act was the first act which distinguished between the commercial and the political function of the company. Okay, and along with this, the court of director which will look after the commercial matter, and the board of control was established which will look on the political affair. And this act was formed by the Bundas Bill and the 1783, and more responsibility to the governor was given according to this act, and it established the double government system because there was a court of director and the court of a board of control, okay, which look upon the matter of a political affair and the commercial activity. And regarding the significance of this act, the company territory in India first time called as the British possession in India. Okay, it was the first time that the India was called as a British possession in India, okay, and the British government was given a supreme control over the company affair and administration in India, and the British government has given a supreme control over the company affairs and administration. Thus, the Pitt's India Act was considered to be the most important after the Regulatory Act, okay, and these are the provision of the Pitt's India Act. Okay, double government, board of control plus court of director. And in this way we conclude our today's lesson from the Lakshmikant, that is the historical background, Pitt's India Act and Regulatory Act. So if you like this video, please do share, like, comment, follow and press the bell icon for the new notification. And today only I am going to upload the next lesson or the next parts of this lesson of, that is the historical background. So please stay connected, and thank you. Subscribe our channel.